Taurus, fixed earth, next in love, new love. This is for singles. If you're in a connection and you're looking to tarot to tell you how you feel about it, there's your answer. This is for singles. This is for new love, and we'll see where you are in this divine journey, right? Well, we have the Lovers. Could be dealing with a Gemini, but that's the Lovers as a union. It's also a choice. There's always a choice, because the Devil card looks very similar to this, but they are conditional. They're chained at the neck in the Devil. So, and the Devil was an angel first, right? So they look very similar. So you could have a test coming in from the past. Could be somebody that you know from the past, but it could just be an energy. Please let me know if you guys can hear me okay with the heater going. Nine of Wands is that wounded warrior. It's that exhaustion. Somebody is exhausted here. So you could be, when you hear that you're going to be dealing with somebody from the past, you could be like, so many other Tauruses that keep getting that, because I see it out there in the other readings, and I feel it in the collective. The Taurus collective is kind of, their power is sort of dwindling. It's feeling very like they're just kind of going through the motions with the Knight of Cups here. They're just going through the motions. Now the Knight of Cups could be somebody that's going to come in and fight for love, right? Like you've been fighting for passion, you've been fighting for, and this could be work. If this is the feminine, right? The feminine has been kind of doing all the 3D stuff, and they need a masculine to come in, right? And you might say, I don't need anybody. Well, then what are you doing here? We all need somebody, right? So we have the Three of Cups with the Lovers here. So yeah, there could be a choice between two, could be three, but this could be you deciding, right, to end one connection, or stop it before it starts, hopefully. But, we don't always know right away. This could be also, the Three of Cups is also dating. So you're getting out, you're open to love again, right? Because the Devil is being very conditional, and the Lovers is, see how open they are? They're nude, they're exposed, they're transparent. There's a vulnerability in this. But this is looking to the angels. This is looking to source. This is looking to the divine. The feminine is looking to the divine for assistance, for signs, right? Is this my person? So you could be out there dating, hanging out with friends, and maybe you, with the Nine of Wands, you've been asking for signs, and you keep getting close but no cigar, right? It's like these kind of look like cigars, right? Or cigarellos. But it's like, oh, they're wands. It's just another wand. It's just another dick pic. It's just another fuck boy. It's just another casual connection. It's just not what I'm looking for. You're a Taurus. You want stability, right? You want this long-lasting Hierophant, eternal connection with somebody. Something that's very grounded and deep, right? Could have a water placement, because we have the Knight of Cups and the Three of Cups here to clarify this. Lovers and support this Lovers, I guess. So there is, so you could be dealing with a water sign, or you could have a water placement, but there's something about water energy. It's very emotionally fulfilling. It's very deep. Water is deep, right? And I think you've been in that song, blue is the deepest color, or the warmest color. Blue is it the deepest color? Could be a same-sex connection, or could be, if you are dealing with a water sign or another earth sign, you could be dealing with a feminine element placement, or someone who's just very into their feminine energy, right? So both parties could be of feminine signs, because you're earth, so if you're dealing with water, then you're both feminine elements, or again, could be same sex, but blue is the warmest color, deepest color, whatever it is, I can't remember. Anyway, if you know, you know. But there's a song in there, I Follow Rivers, by Leaky Lee. So maybe something with L's. Maybe they have an alliteration in their name, right? Also with the cups and Gemini energy here, there's a mirroring aspect. So there's something very similar about you two. You're very compatible with the lovers here. It does feel like you guys are very compatible. You have the Two of Pentacles with this Nine of Wands, but it's like with the Nine of Wands and the deep water, I feel like you were just kind of in rivers, right? The song I Follow Rivers. I'll follow you deep sea baby, right? It's like you were always dealing with people who were, maybe you dealt with water signs or you dealt with fire signs with the Nine of Wands, but it was like driftwood. It was really just, which driftwood is beautiful, I get it, but when you're looking for depth, you know, you're looking for the roots, right? So it's like you want the cypress trees and the roots, right? Mangroves, something about those. Maybe you live in a place where there are those trees, or like in the bayous or swamps. It could be in Louisiana, it could be in Florida, right? So it's like you were following the rivers, and it was always very shallow, right? It was, you want the depth, but the rivers lead to the ocean. So all of those superficial connections somehow led. Now there could be a very direct connection, right? I mean, they could be friends, brothers, a friend of a friend, or you met through some sort of connection. Maybe they're not like close friends, but they could be friends on social media with the wands, right? They could be like you've met through somebody else, and maybe you pursued something or you gave your energy to something. And I mean, you could have subscribed to somebody or followed someone, like I Follow Rivers. You could have followed somebody. It could be you meet online, right? And so it's like you met through somebody else, and maybe you thought like, this thing I'm following, this thing I'm subscribing to, this thing I'm giving my energy to, whatever it is, whether it be online or, you know, IRL, it led you to this person, and it led this person to you. It all leads to the ocean, right? All water leads back to the ocean. So we have the Two of Pentacles here. This is balance though. So this is like, you're finding I'm getting like Deep Sea of Atlantis, or the movie The Abyss, although that's a little bit different, but like the deep Atlantis, what did I say? The city of Atlantis. I keep saying deep sea because I've got the lyrics going around in my head. It's a great song. Just put it on and dance around your house. Like maybe you just need to do that. Dance around your house. And maybe you're going to meet in some kind of dancing, right? Maybe you go to a dance class or a yoga class or a movement class or something like that. Cycling, right, with the breaking the cycle and the sort of petals of the Two of Pentacles and keeping your balance. That's very specific, but you could have gone to some sort of class or something because you thought the teacher was attractive, or maybe you went with an ex. Maybe you started going to this class, or you started going into this thing, or you started going back to school, or whatever. You went to something. You could meet at a place where you went with an ex, and maybe that's, you know, it's like, oh, with the Three of Cups, maybe you didn't go there for a long time, you didn't entertain that. Maybe it's a song somehow, like there was something that you did with an ex that reminded you of them, so you didn't want to go there because of how that ended, or the fact that it was just disappointing, it was a letdown. And so it's like 9/19, maybe you dealt with a Virgo. But that's, what, 18, 19, 10. It's a 10, it's an ending. So it's like you brought an end to that fear or that blockage of like, oh, I can't go there because it'll remind me of them. But Two of Pentacles is also like balancing two or more ideas. Like two things can be true at the same time. So you can not give your energy to your ex and still go to this place, and maybe that place is where you're going to meet this person. So that could be another like there's some sort of synchronistic event, right? Like Serendipity, the movie Serendipity, could be dealing with a Cancer. Is she a Sagittarius? But I don't know. I just know John Cusack is a Cancer. So JC. But the deep city of Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis, I don't remember, but I'm picturing it as being like there are trees and there's like vegetation and there's a whole world down there, right? And so I feel like you're finding the deep lost city of your Atlantis, whatever that is to you, the dream that you had when you incarnated. This is your destiny, and it's deep, deep, deep down, but it's like a whole world. It's like an underwater island. So that's specific. You could be dealing with somebody who's from the islands. Maybe you're from the islands. Again, with the mangroves, I feel like there's like deep sea, there's water around you. You know, it also reminds me of Forgetting Sarah Marshall. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, but Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Also, Jason Segel. Segel is like it's a sea hawk. You could be dealing with an Aries. Or a cardinal sign, because Capricorn and Aries are both cardinal signs. But there's something with like the beach, the ocean, the sea, the tropics. You know, it's like you guys, there's a lot of vegetation, and I feel like there are roots around you. There's a lot of trees and stuff around you, but there's also water around you. So yeah, that's just what I'm seeing. And it's like you have to kind of go out into the middle. Maybe you went kayaking with a friend or your ex or something, and you haven't done that in a long time, and you're going to be diving back into something, because see how they're kind of like in this little bobbly fish mouth boat. Could be a Pisces, could be dealing with a Pisces, have a Pisces placement. But Pisces energy is very deep and romantic and idealistic. And so I think this was some sort of idea that you gave up on, or you started to give up on, or you're close to giving up on. But don't give up on it, Taurus, right? Because like attracts like, reality, what you believe to be true is true. So if you want that deep city of Atlantis, like, it's not lost. It's not lost forever, you know? It's like not all hope is lost. Atlantis, Atlanta. Do they have bayous in Georgia? I know, like, they do in very southern Georgia, probably, because, you know, the Florida-Georgia line. So there's something in, like, the southeast that is, maybe important. So you might be traveling there, right? Because I get the whole world, the underwater world, the whole world. So the world card is like about travel or distance. It's also getting a more hawk-like, you could have an Aries placement, but there's a more hawk-like visual or vantage point of your reality. Like, zoom out, because I think that you're too close to it. This is somebody who's been like fighting for something for a long time. They're in it to win it, but they're too in it to see the truth. But with the Knight of Cups, we have this Nine of Pentacles. So it's like you've probably just been focusing on your money, you know, focusing on self, doing self-care, improving your health, your wealth. That's what Pentacles represent, your 3D reality, your own stability. And I think, you know, you probably are someone who's like, you know, if I got to do it, if it needs to be done, I'm the only person. Like, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Ringing in this ear, could have tinnitus. But ringing in the ear is confirmation, you know, that listen up, you know, listen up. Also, like, white noise. You could be having trouble sleeping with this Nine of Swords. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. So if you're focused on, like, you've been overworking, you've been in the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, like that's overworking. That is very much in your cardinal energy. Excuse me, that's very much in your Capricorn, Aries, right? That's like being the emperor. But if you're the empress, right, which Taurus is the empress, it's like you need to get into your feminine energy. So if you want to get into the water, you might need to do some dream work. So something about what you're listening to just before and while you're sleeping. So if you, maybe you have ringing in the ear, maybe you are a light sleeper, maybe you have insomnia, maybe you're just struggling with nightmares. So it's going to be difficult for you to go into the depths of your own inner Atlantis if you are distracted or taunted or tormented, right, by these like demons. There's something toxic that you're doing before bed. They're overweight here. So it could be like you're eating just before bed and then your body is up. We have the Schrodinger's cat here that's dead, right? Like get out of the box. Think outside the box. Get out of your box. So maybe you need to move a little bit. Maybe you need to go out for a walk before bed, you know, or like do some sort of movement therapy instead of indulging in something that's not helping you sleep. Because it's whatever it is in your practical 3D world that you're doing, it probably feels good, right? We can be hedonistic, Taurus, but it is, if you stay in it too long, if you stay in this box-like thinking, boxes represent condition. So if you're in this very conditional thinking as well, which can be the shadow aspect of our fixed energy. Like you can get too fixed on something, too tunnel vision on something, that your peripherals close off, right? And Pisces energy with the dream, with the moon, with the sleeping, with the Knight of Cups, and that getting back into being idealistic and dreaming, that Pisces sleep, third eye, right? All of that Pisces energy that you need to get into. If you have a Pisces placement again, or you're dealing with a Pisces, or you just around this full moon time, right, which is tomorrow, there's a need to really, they're like all peripheral. If you've ever dealt with a Pisces, they're kind of like all here. And getting them to focus can be the challenge, right? Because they're all dreams. They're all what's going on over there, what's happening there. Their shadow aspect is they can compare themselves. You could be comparing yourselves. So you could be up online, like, up in the club, just working on my fitness. That's up in the gym. But you could be out in the club with the dancing. Maybe you're over drinking, over with the Three of Cups. You could be out like partying too late, up all night, whatever that means to you. Like, I was up the other night, and it was like midnight or 10. It was like 10:30, and I was like, damn, it's late. And then I ended up staying up way later. But I did have a lot of like sugar in my dinner. I had pancakes for dinner. And so it was like, I had all this starch and like energy from the protein in the pancakes, because I had chickpea pancakes, and then there was all the sugar from the syrup. So it was like, that really contributed to it. I was also in a conversation. So you could be like up talking with the swords. You could be talking. You could be looking at other people on social media, doom scrolling, right? Eating too late. There's something with that, and something that you're listening to, because swords are words, and it's like the air. It's things that you're getting in the air. So yeah, with the white noise, and with cups, maybe very specifically, but if you're a mouth breather, or if you are like sleeping with a fan on, or it's very drafty or something, see how like cold they look? You could be dehydrated as well. So you may need to just like, when you first wake up, drink a whole glass of water, like infuse your body, because we dehydrate, especially if you mouth breathe, you can dehydrate yourself like up to almost half of your hydration level, your water content, right? We are bodies of water. So if you're really trying to get into your body of water and get back into that place, then you need to literally practically do it and hydrate yourself. Keep yourself hydrated. Speak things into your water with these words. Speak into your water, right? There's just some like affirmation, spell work, practical applications to tapping into that Pisces energy of romantic energy. Page of Swords. Somebody's watching you, or you're watching somebody. Who's watching whom? Six of Pentacles. You could be watching each other. What's going on over here with this? Death. Could be a Scorpio, but there's an ending. There's a death. There's a cycle that needs to be broken. 13, which is 4. Could be a life path number 4. 4 in water energy would be the 4 of Cups. So that is, yeah, kind of feeling disappointed by the offers that you've been receiving. And we got the 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like the Taurus is here in this 4 energy, which is balancing, right? If you get too many swords, four of Swords would be rest, balancing your thoughts, sitting with your thoughts, calming your environment so that you're not infused with anxiety. Like, you don't need to help yourself out with that. Help yourself out of that anxious energy. And then the World. So yeah, the World is an ending. It's a new vantage point. Also, like that zoom out vantage point can be like the Hawk. It can be Aries, getting a perspective on what you're doing in your daily life, your work, your masculine reality. And then that's also the Hangman, which is Pisces energy, which gives you a new perspective on things, looking at things differently. Like, if what I'm attracting I don't like, well then what am I doing? Because like attracts like. So there's something that I need to get a better perspective on my world. And don't forget to dream, Taurus. I mean, we have the Lovers here. It's coming in. We have 6 of Pentacles. So this is collaboration, right? This is that 2 of Pentacles and this 4 of Pentacles coming together in the 6 of Pentacles. So it's somebody is going to bring you balance, but that means you need to balance your energy as well, because like attracts like. So there's a little bit more work to be done, Taurus, but it's a different type of work. It's not this external, physical, masculine work. It's the Hermit. I got the Hermit there. It's Virgo work. If you're dealing with a Virgo, or you have a Virgo placement. I was getting this energy for the Aries reading. So again, you could be dealing with an Aries, and we got the Fool at the bottom here. Aries and Aquarius, and there's that 4 of Cups. So yeah, I said what I said. Hopefully there was something in here for you, Taurus. If you want to support the channel, everything is in the description box below. And yeah, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching, holding space. And until next time, I wish you well.